Bridge Innovations. In this video, we are going to learn how to make a depreciation model. So this is a sample model that will be going to be the end product of our video. So here you can see it is fully automated worksheet in which the user has to input just cost and the salvage value and life in years, and the rest of the things will be calculated automatically, like the depreciation expense and the net book value of the asset. And three different depreciation methods we are using: straight line, declining balance method, and sum of year digit method. So let's start. I will take a new file, and just like I will copy the logo and just input the layout. So first step is to make the layout. So let's write the input panels: date of purchase, cost of asset, and salvage value, life in years, estimated life actually. And I want user to input the dates here. Let's suppose I write the today's date, that is 25th of December 2023, and the cost of asset, let that be 50,000, salvage value 10,000, estimated life, let that be 10. Format, so date is already selected. For this and this, I will select the accounting format, or you can just select currency and then accounting format. This will also write the currency symbol, like here we use rupees in Pakistan. And then estimated life is 10 years. Done. I will format these cells as input cells so that the user know these are input cells, and also change formatting to these as you like. I will select output, although this is not an output, but this format is just looking good. Okay, then we need to calculate the depreciation expense. Depreciation expense, cell style to heading 1. Let's zoom in, and here we will write the year, like year 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. We will select it later, we will automate it later on, but for the time being I'm just writing the numbers, manually hard coding the numbers. Then we need straight line depreciation expense here. If we use a straight line method, straight line method, and we will also use declining balance method, declining balance method, and also sum of year digit method. These are built-in functions in Excel. Sum of years digit method. Okay, so for straight line the formula is very simple. You just write SLN, and the cost of asset is 50,000. Just give the reference of the cost cell, and then salvage value, and then life, and then that's it. So this is how the straight line depreciation is being calculated. But there is a problem here. The problem is if I drag it to the right side, means if I fill the formula to the right cells, it will give me errors. The reason is the reference of the cell is changing. So the first way is you write the absolute reference instead of relative reference, like write dollar signs before the thing. And the other way is, why don't we give this cell a name? So I will just name it cost and name it salvage, and this as life. So whenever I have to calculate a straight line depreciation, instead of writing the cell reference, I can just write cost. The cost cell is already defined, it is highlighted, you may see, and the salvage value is salvage and life is the life. That's it. And if you drag it anywhere, it will not give you error this time. Perfect. Now once we have made the layout, I will write the net book value here, net book value, and using the same methods, Now the automation starts. The first thing is, we need that if the life of the asset is 5 years, only 5 years must be shown, 5 years calculation must be shown instead of the all 10 years and all that. So what we do is, and even if the if user has not written anything, so it should be 0, so none of the years depreciation should be shown and so on. So first objective is to correct this year thing. So this can be achieved using the conditions, if and if then else conditions. So what we do is we write if the life is more than 0, or if life is equal to 0. So what should we do? Or let's say if life is more than 0, then just write 1 because this is the first year. And if it is not more than 0, do nothing. So if I have written 0 here, so you can see the year is not written. If I write 1, 2, 3, then it will add 1 to it. For the next year, you can use if the previous year is equal to life of the asset. That means, let's suppose if we have written 5 years of life and at the left hand side 5 years depreciation has been calculated, so we need to stop. So we will say do nothing. If the last year calculation is the end of the life of the asset, do nothing. Else, if the last year cell is empty, then also do nothing, because maybe the last year cell is empty because of 0 and anything like that. And if none of these conditions are meeting, then you can simply add 1 to the previous year. Now if I drag it to the right hand side and press Ctrl R, so it will fill the formula. Now you can see if I change the number of years to 3, to 4, to 6, it's showing only those number of years. Right? Perfect. Now we will do the same thing for the straight line method depreciation. So what we do is, I mean this formula is fine, but I will add some condition to it. The condition is, if I will just write it from the beginning, if the cell 1 means year 1 cell, this one is equal to 0, means if there is nothing here, then do nothing, and otherwise do the straight line calculation. If it is not like 0, if there is some number here, it may be obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, then do the depreciation calculation, salvage value and life, and then drag it to the right. Now you can see if I change the number of years to 5, only 5 year depreciation is shown, 6 year, 3 year and 2 year and so on. I think we can extend the width of the column. Okay, so done with the straight line, 10 years. Now double declining balance method. So the formula is very simple, equal to, first the conditions remain same, so I will just copy them and paste it here. Now the formula for declining balance method is, you write DB, declining balance. Cost is cost, salvage is salvage, life is the cell life, and period means for which year you need the depreciation. The period is D9, so I will just select this cell, and that's it. Drag it to the right. Now let's see whether this is working. 5, yes, perfectly fine. 6 years, 10 years, and formatting obviously, currency and that. Okay, now the sum of year digit method, same formula, means same format, only function will change. So for DB, just replace this by SYD, sum of year digit. Rest of the things are same, salvage value, life and period. So drag it to the right and fill to the right, Command R or Control R, and change the format. Fine. And now we need the conditional formatting, like only those years are formatted which are in the life of the asset. So what we do is we select this row till 10, because right now we are limiting ourselves to 10 years, but you may extend it as per your need. Select these, conditional formatting, highlight, and less than or equal to, it's not here, so we will select it here, less than or equal to. So if the life of, if this cell is less than or equal to the life of the asset, so I will select that life cell. Then you may select the formatting which you want. There are preset and you can use customized formatting as well, so I will select this one. So if the life is less than or equal to that cell, then it will format it. Okay, I will just, maybe I have done some error. Select these cells, conditional formatting, less than, and this cell, less than or equal to. Okay, so now let's change the years. You can see 5 years, 2 years, 10 years. Done. Now let's do the same thing for the book value. I will just copy the format and paste it here. And the net book value for the straight line method is, instead of using this, the depreciation calculation, I will say the sheet has to find the cost and subtract the first year depreciation from there. And then for the next year, other conditions remain same, but here I would say take the last year net book value and subtract current year depreciation, because this is how we calculate the next year book value. And you drag it to the right. So you may see at the end of the life, the 10th year, the net book value is same as the salvage value. Okay, same for declining balance method. So I will just copy that formula. And you may change by typing or just by selecting this. So this, and same for this one. Type the formula here, and then last year book value minus current year depreciation, and fill it to the right. Same for this one. Copy the format, means formula, and paste it here, and cost minus this depreciation. And for this one, copy the formula, paste in the formula bar, and change necessary cells. Done. So this is how the model looks. And now the last thing that we needed, in developer tools, we can select the spinner, make it here, resize as per your need, then select format control. Current value is 0, okay, let that be 0. Minimum value can be 0, or let that be 1, and maximum value can be 10, because we are limiting our user to have asset of 10 years life. And cell link is this. Okay, so I will delete that, this one. If you increase the number of years, the depreciation is increasing and decreasing. And we need to hide the rows, grid lines. So go to view, show grid lines. Now grid lines are hidden, and you may see The model is working perfectly fine, and you can use the other formatting tools as well, like you can make graphs of these depreciation expenses and show how uh, the management will see that how the change in depreciation method is affecting their income statement and balance sheet. And you may also lock the cells so that user can change only these cells, nothing else, and so on. So that's it for this lecture. Thank you.